안녕하세요. I am Toru Mori, representative of OSGeo Japan chapter. Today I would like to share with OSGeo Korean people about our Japanese activities briefly. Before talking on activities, I want to tell you about our history first. About 8 years ago, when I tried to use open source GIS tools such as GRASS and Map Server, however, there were no capabilities of handling double byte character set. It meant we couldn't show Japanese geospatial dataset with GRASS and Map Server. So I had decided I started internationalization project in my small company. I had very handful of people, 3 people actually, 10 years, 9 years ago. So I searched in the internet who has knowledge of these tools in Japan and found that Osaka City University was the only one organization. So I contacted to Venkatesh Ragavan and Shinji Masumoto. Both were assistant professor of Osaka City University then, and the joint project was started. So almost 1 year later, we finalized the internationalization project successfully and contributed to both communities. Then AGM people can use GRASS and Map Server with data in their local language. In early September, Marcus Nettler from GRASS community and Jeff McKenna from Map Server community were invited by Osaka City University. Then both communities met each other, first time ever on the globe. They visited Thailand together and attended the first FOSS4G conference. So I show you a picture. This is big guy and small guy. Lunch with Marcus Nettler from GRASS and Jeff McKenna, he's big guy, from Map Server in Osaka. The second one is a Thailand picture. 2 communities met at the beer party after the conference at Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok. And third one, you can see, it's not clear, but you can see the FOSS4G, which stands for free and open source software for geoinformatics, not geospatial then. In October 2005, I had a business meeting with DM Solutions Group in Ottawa, Canada. DM Solutions Group then was the Map Server community, which hired many core developers of Map Server at that time. I was told Dave McIlhag, president of DM Solutions Group, that Map Server community intend to launch Map Server Foundation in cooperation with a large software company. He didn't tell the name, but I knew it was Autodesk. Press release of the foundation launch made huge impact on global open source community, and active discussion started on the mailing list throughout the year-end holiday. Arnold Bristol was one of the most active person and still very active, and he's here now. And I'll show you the picture. This is great President of DM Solutions Group, Dave McIlhaber. You can see, not clear, Jeff McKenna, Dave McIlhaber, this is Daniel Morissette. So there were many, so almost all members of non-server community guide were in the one company, DM Solutions Group then. Oh, sorry. The first picture was taken at Autodesk conference held in Orlando, Florida. Dave and Gary of Autodesk signed the launch Mac Server Foundation there. And I was the only Asian OSS guy there. A long discussion made a great result that OSGeo Foundation was formed. It's not only for just Mac Server community, but also for wide varieties of open source geospatial community, such as Graph, Mac Guide, and Mac Vendor, and GDAL, OGL, and others. Then Mac Server was getting widely used in web-based JS, also in Japan. Japanese translation of Tyler Mitchell's book, Web Mapping Illustrated, was published and sold over 2,000 copies in the year. And Japan chapter was formed in October as one of the oldest chapters of OSGeo. And the first OSGeo Tokyo conference was held in December. So I will show the picture of this. Is Japanese translated Tyler's book. It's still now on the Amazon.jp. And they are translators. I am in the middle. And the first OSGeo JP conference was financially supported by Autodesk Japan. So it is a large conference room in downtown Tokyo. Very lucky. And OSGeo was getting known by broad Japanese GIS community, and we organized steering committee and started local corporate sponsorship program. OSGeo JP conference was the first real community-made conference organized by all volunteer work. This success really encouraged us. And by adding support from Tokyo University in 2008, OSJP got a very good conference facility in Tokyo. We named our conference FOSS4G Tokyo in Osaka and give hands-on sessions along with general speaking sessions. Also, joint activities with friend community such as OpenStreetMap and GeoMedia guys. Not GeoMedia means GeoMasher people. Not of Intergraph, not propriety. And the funny thing is the first Obama show. So, sorry. You can check. Key contributors, OSGeo, software, just run. Osaka. Sorry for my mistake. In 2009, FOSS4G Tokyo Osaka was held in November, and Arnold Fruster was the first invited in that year, right? And also Japanese translated version of Graph's book written by Mark Netter and Elena Soba was published in November. So like this. This is the Graph's book. And I think this is the first double byte translated version of the Graph's book. So we did the second time of double byte enabled Graph itself and the book. And OSGeo JP received the Japanese OSS Encouragement Award 2010 by IPA, which is a government organization, in October. And FOSS4G special interest group was formed in GIS Academy Japan in October. So we broadened our activities to many places related OSS and GIS. And FOSS4G Tokyo Osaka was held in November. And this is a picture when I got the award, and this is the actual award. Looks like very formal. So I was so feel terrible. Award. And last year, we made significant progress in software localization of Rust and QGIS, which is a menu localization and help message and so on. Japanese users now do not have to be puzzled by facing menus in foreign languages. And OSGeo 4W is one of the complex packages of open source software, which is also localized into Japanese. And this was the last year FOSS4G Tokyo Osaka conference. So you can see the picture, many OSGeo freaks, and most of the attendants were men. It looks like this, the same. And we have Tokyo and Osaka conference. This is the pictures of the conference. So you can see Jeff McKenna gives presentation, and you can see the workshops and the presentations and beer party. Now I will start current overview of our activities. For now, we have 10 local supporting organizations, 60 more individual paid members, and over 300 community members, which is our subscribers for mailing list. And we have a wide variety of activities, such as conferences, seminars, of course, all home pages, web pages, mailing lists, localization activities, special interest group, and Twitter, Facebook, and others. Mainly it's drinking, gathering, chattering, shouting, Obama, all for Japanese in Japanese, which is a local community. And new FOSS4G book published this year. We newly wrote a book named FOSS4G Handbook. I forgot to bring it here. But you can buy it also Amazon Japan site. However, as you know, we had a big disaster in March. Our community supported it in cooperation with OpenStreetMap and other friend communities. Details will be provided by Dr. Yoshida in the following keynote speech. So I would like to share this one. Without our community and FOSS4G tools, nothing could be done so quickly. And second, building local OSGeo community makes our region sustainable. So actually, Japan community started just 6-7 years ago with handful of people. But now we can organize 100 or 200 people. So this makes a huge contribution to the not only just for OSGeo community, but also for the disaster support and management. And this is my last PR slide for FOSS4G 2011 in Tokyo and Osaka. Next week and the following week in Osaka. We welcome Mr. Shin. Not you, and you guys, please come to join. It takes just only 2 hours flight from Gimpo to Haneda or Osaka. And please do not worry about radiation. We are completely okay. So, 감사합니다. Thank you.